Okay, Irish fans, this week the Irish are on the road for a neutral site showdown at FedEx Field in Washington, D.C. to take on the Maryland Terrapins. Now, this is the second ever meeting between the two schools. And of course, as we all know, the first meeting was back in 2002 for the kickoff classic that year at, I believe it was the Meadowlands where that game was played, but I could be wrong. But regardless, the Irish came away victorious in that one 22-0. Vontez Duff and Shane Walton. All you Fighting Irish fans out there know what I'm talking about. But fast forwarding to this year's matchup. Head coach Randy Edsall. Of course, as all of us Irish fans know, he had previously been the head coach at UConn. And 2 years ago, they came into our place and snuck away with a win. So, it's time that we give Randy Edsall a little payback. And as the old saying goes, payback's a bitch. But anyway, breaking down the Maryland Terrapins, they're currently 2-7 on the year. And in my opinion, they have been what I call a two-faced team. Now, I say two-faced because there have been plenty of times where they've been just flat-out bad. But at the same time, there's been plenty of times where they've been flat-out good, with times when they played like a top 10 team. So that's what I mean when I say that they're a two-faced team. But of course, as the record shows, they are a bad team, just by those numbers alone, a 2-7 team. But at the same time, this game is a true trap game for us, because considering the fact that Maryland is 2-7, and they have 2 games left after us, they're not going to a bowl game, you know that they're going to pull out all the stops and throw everything that they have at us. So that alone makes them a very dangerous football team in this situation. And also, they're really catching us at the right time, too, because we have been bit by the injury bug a little bit. Of course, as all of us Irish fans know, we lost starting center Braxton Cave to a season-ending injury last week. And we also just recently lost Steve Filler to an ACL injury. In addition to that, Theo Riddick is not going to be in the game this week. He has a little bit of a hamstring injury. Guys like Aaron Lynch and Manti Te'o, they will be playing, but they're going to be nursing some ankle injuries. And the same for Sierra Wood. He's been nursing a little bit of an ankle injury. And on top of that, I know it's getting to be a little bit of an unfortunate trend here, but T.J. Jones, as we saw in Wake Forest last week, he fell awkwardly and his head banged off the turf. But it sounds like he's ready to go, and he should be no problem whatsoever. But bottom line is we've been bit by the injury bug a little bit, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. On a positive note with the injury bug, Ethan Johnson is coming back after having an ankle injury of his own. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. But anyway, Maryland, if there's one spot where they're going to really have success against us, it's going to be from their running game on offense. They have 2 outstanding running backs, C.J. Brown and David Meggett. Both these guys have combined to run for about 800 yards or so. I could be wrong, give or take a few. And they have 5 touchdowns between the 2 of them. Their passing game isn't bad either. Their quarterback, O'Leary, he's thrown for over 1,500 yards this season, completed 55% of his passes, has 6 touchdowns, but a big stat to highlight is he's thrown 9 interceptions. So that right there shows that he does make a lot of mistakes. So it's going to be up to our defense to keep him off balance, put the pressure on him, and our secondary step up and make some plays. But honestly, the way I see this game going down, guys, is this. Despite all the injuries that we have, and despite the fact that some of our guys may be slowed by a couple injuries, there's no reason why we can't prevail pretty big in this game. Final score prediction, if everyone steps up and brings their A game and does their job the way they're supposed to do, and of course, as I've been saying all year, protect the football, and there's no reason why we can't win this game by at least 3 touchdowns. So my final score prediction for this game, Notre Dame 35, Maryland 17. That's my final score prediction, and a little bit of motivation for you guys, to the football players. Just remember, if you win, you get those tasty crab legs, so keep that in mind. Oh, you guys, I envy you guys. You're lucky. All you have to do is win a football game and you get crab legs. Me, I have to work my ass off and go buy those crab legs, but whatever. Just go out there and kick some butt tomorrow night, guys. So there you go. 35-17 Irish is my final prediction. So with that, guys, go Irish, beat Terps. I will see you guys for the recap.